where we have to deal with this, and we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach, president and founder of the Henderson Financial Group. And joining me live here is my wonderful, good friend, brother from another mother, always here, James T. How you doing, Mr. James T?
Rob, I'm doing wonderful, brother. And you know something? For the first time, you're saying that hello world. It means so much difference to me today because most people think when you say world, you're talking about the earth, right? But what we don't know is that the earth and the world are two separate entities. Oh, isn't that
Oh,
something, Rob? Come on,
now
Rob.
that right there is some good stuff. That's some good stuff.
Rob. Rob. Yeah, I'm on fire this morning. I've been off this week, so hey, where I used to could only get an hour, 37 minutes.
Ooh,
I've been
look who
getting,
just slid in. Look who just slid in here.
Slithered.
oh, and she's looking beautiful,
Oh,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
That's
Thank
a-
you, James.
she likes to make that kind of entry, you know.
Oh,
She set this up. I'm gonna wait till they start, then I'll come on. I'll come on the
Oh,
stage.
then I'm gonna shut up so you can introduce Sister Linda,
Well, I think
Vice
everybody know
President.
who Brother Man is. I mean, everybody know I think everybody know who Linda
You
is.
just call me brother
No,
man.
no.
Oh
I'm
Good
not
boy.
gonna let him go.
morning,
Wait,
James. Good to see you.
Linda. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
I was just telling Robert, so I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
share it with you.
Uh-huh.
You know how Robert opens up the show and say, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, world. And
Yes.
I was sharing with Robert how what I, today that took a whole different meaning for me. Good
Mm.
morning, world. And the reason, Linda, is
Mm-hmm.
because the world and the earth are two separate entities. It's not the same thing. Most people would take it as this planet. No, no, no. The world is a system. The
Hold on
earth.
now. I gotta catch up with you.
Come on. Okay. Well,
Hold on.
well,
Let me
Robert,
think.
Robert, gonna help you. Robert, gonna help you.
All right, I'm
See,
gonna need it. I'm
see,
going to need it.
see,
The
hey, see.
world and the earth are two different places.
Woo,
Two
two
different
different things.
things, two different
Yes.
meanings.
Come on.
Mm.
Linda. Oh, and I don't want to change the topic today, but I just wanted to say that, and we're gonna get that because see, the earth is pure,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and hey, it does what it was created to do,
Mm-hmm.
but the world
Mm-hmm.
creates all these different systems. Economic system, cultural system. So that's the world. That's the world. That's what man does. And
Wait,
we mess it up.
sound like you've been watching that the Netflix Morgan Freeman Life on Our Planet. it
Oh no,
talks
no,
it
I
talks
heard
about
about it
that.
though. Really? Now see, Rob, I didn't. Hey, I just been so
No, but you
deep
speak
into.
the truth.
Yeah,
You
I've
s-
been so deep into Miles, Rob. Ooh, my God. It's almost like he was a guest in my house for the past 4 or
Miles
5 days.
Monroe.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yes, it's a big
Yeah.
difference between the world, like the world
Oh
system,
yeah.
and also our
So is
planet.
it the earth is the planet and the world is the people on the planet and the people
Exactly.
on the planet messing up earth?
And the systems that we create. So, and that's the difference because
It'll be like you're not your Linda, but
Mm-hmm.
you're Linda
Mm-hmm.
in the flesh, but you could be Linda with an attitude. Your attitude is not really Linda. Your attitude really is not you. If you want to act like mean queen or mean, that's still not Linda. That's your attitude.
And that's
That's
because
the world.
external forces
That's the world.
are
No,
yeah.
no. External first is you. I mean, right now, if you want to be a
But the only
nice,
time I'm mean is when external forces make me mean.
but then you can act worldly. You know that you can act worldly, which can be drama. It can be hell.
stop, Robert,
You
stop,
could,
Robert,
but that really
stop.
not you, because God made you pure, like James saying.
Like the earth is
Yeah,
pure, but then all the
yeah,
people and the systems we put in place muck up the earth.
yeah. On
Okay.
attitude, somebody
I
with a
would say it like that.
Why? James said Robert will help you Then you say that,
Don't go down that rabbit hole.
Robert will help you.
He did say that. He did say that. He
Yeah.
did say that. Boy, y'all be deep, man.
Well,
but I get it. Now that we just sort of broke it down like a 6-year-old, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, the planet and the world. You know, it's different world.
And it's an ugly world now.
Ooh,
There's so much ugliness going on.
Well,
Anyway,
it depends also from what point of view and what perspective you are at.
okay.
Okay, so we don't get that deep.
All right.
All right, so let's
Good
say
morning,
good
good
morning.
morning, good morning.
Gold
Good
chain
morning.
on. I see
I
you
don't
got
have
your,
a gold chain.
you got your chick
don't wear
magnet
gold.
car out
I
there.
don't-
I haven't seen that in a while. I said, oh man, he got it.
Chick
It's a
magnet.
chick magnet. Yeah, you know some cars with Parnell. Y'all know the cars that get a woman to do a double take. Say,
What car?
whoa.
I do a double take.
Yeah, just because of the car. So I said, oh, he must got on his Miami Vice
That's worldly.
chain, and
That's worldly. Now.
that's worldly.
I haven't drove my Porsche in like a year and a half.
I
man.
know. I'm like, what's
'Cause
up? You
Natalie-
feeling yourself? What we doing?
No, because Natalie and them, hey Rob, why don't you drive the car or get rid of it or whatever? Why you just keeping it? I'm like, why y'all care? I mean, I had
Is it
more
bothering
people
you, right?
Yeah, but James, I had more people ask me about why I don't drive that Porsche. You know, I'm like, well, I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? I had to go get the tires in, dry rotted, get the battery put in there, and now I'm driving it. Now she called me a chick magnet. Isn't that something, boy? You can't, boy. If it ain't this, it's that. That's that worldly stuff. I'm just Robert. Can't please them all, man. You know what I mean? They say if you pleasing everybody, boy, you ain't doing something right.
Hey, Rob, you're not gonna last if you please everybody. You are
man.
not gonna last.
Man.
Right, because half the people want truth and half of them want falsehood.
Mhm.
So if you want truth, falsehood all over you, they can't stand you. Good morning, P. Parnell. How you doing, my brother? Good morning, family. Good morning, Bridge. Good morning, Tracy. Let me see here. Who else we got? Lynette. Blondette, good morning. Brenda Brown, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Redhead. The crew is here. People are lining up, coming all in. All right, some people signing on, and some people want to stay hidden. That's okay, long as you're here. And we hope that we can say something this morning that can enlighten you and inspire you and give you a new thought to say, I never thought about that, you know?
Man, that's already happened to me since I sat down.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
World and earth?
Yeah.
It's a difference?
Oh, yeah.
Attitude and Linda?
Yeah.
It's always two. You know what, James? I'm glad you mentioned that because that is part of being able to see. And there's always two things going on at one time. Let the church say amen.
Amen. Amen.
See, that's what you just said. It's always two things going on at one time. And I remember I did a show, I think we was talking about it, and it was called Trade-Offs. There is always a yin and a yang. There is nothing that you can do that does not have a trade-off. It's either have a negative or positive effect. It's either going to help you or hurt you. And when you start looking at that before you make a move, you say, this is going to help me or this is going to hurt me before I make this move. It's always a trade-off. You know, you single, you got all the girls, but you're sick of dating. You're just sick of dating. Now you want to get one woman. And then you find that one lady, you say, I ain't dating no more. I got this one woman, but you know, you can't get a lot of it's that one woman for the rest of your life now. It's a trade-off. You gotta make sure you ready for it. You know what I mean? Always. I've never seen, I don't know anything that there is not a trade-off. You got to give up something in order to get something. You believe that?
100%.
Two things.
100%.
Always two things going on. Matter of fact, that leads me into last week. I was talking about generational wealth. Both of you all were absent last week, taking care of some really much needed things that need to be taken care of. And I carried on solo, and I want to continue a little bit of that in terms of generational wealth because I had a case. And I think I want to share this case with you. I'm not going to call the names, but I want to share this case with you because it pertains to generational wealth. And it's a thought, and it's an idea. A lot of people don't think of it like that. Here is a lady. This lady is 74 years old. And let's say she has about $500,000 in the IRA. She's done pretty well. She's retired. And she really don't need the money that's in the IRA. It's in the stock market. Okay. And it's, it's doing pretty well. I mean, and those of you all know about the stock market, it's really up and down. The stock market itself, most people probably shouldn't be in the stock market because it's not a steady thing. it's like a roller coaster, and there's never what a time where it just goes straight up. Nothing in the stock market, mutual funds, ETF goes straight up. And a lot of people want to get involved in the stock market, but really they really can't handle the truth. And the truth is there's going to be volatility. It's just that's just how it is. If you want your money to be to never, go up and down, you got to put it somewhere. And there are investments, there are strategies where you can put it there, but it won't, on the long run, it won't be more prosperous than the trade-off of taking them up and down.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's just a blanket.
You're gonna have a better return in the long run, but the volatility, if you gonna have you probably, if you don't have the temperament,
Right.
It'll have you in the closet, scared, shaking. So
right. I mean, I give you a perfect example. Some people say they don't want to fly. They don't want to go on an airplane. But we know that I never been on an airplane where from the beginning it took off smooth and there was absolutely zero turbulence. Have you ever been on a plane where
I
it
don't
just
believe
have
I have. It's always something.
over the last 30, 40 years since you've been, it's always a little turbulence, a little, but if you can't stand that, because that freaks you out, make you want to jump out the window, then you need to stay on the ground and catch that bus.
Yeah.
The trade-off by you catching that bus or driving, it's going to take you longer. Because I can get to New York in 2 hours, but I gotta know that when I get on that plane, there's a 99.9% chance that there's going to be some turbulence. Where turbulence means we'll probably get down, but there's going to be some turbulence. As a matter of fact, plane crashes don't happen every day. Autos crashes happen far more every day than a plane crash. You agree?
Absolutely.
Great.
But however, there's millions of people that says they will not get on the plane. And what I'm saying, it's not about a plane. I'm giving you a metaphor, an example in terms of how the stock market works. This lady, she's okay with that because she has a pension, she has Social Security, and she's okay. She was a type of squirrel that didn't eat all her nuts. She was a type of squirrel that didn't eat all your nuts. Those of y'all who listen to it for the first time, I often make metaphors when I say we're better than squirrels. God made us better than squirrels. Squirrels, they pick their nuts, they gather their nuts, but they eat some now, but they're always wise enough to save some later.
Absolutely.
For the winter, for the when they retire or whatever. A lot of humans, more than 50% of the humans don't do that. They eat all the nuts.
Right.
And as they get older, they got to go out there and say, can somebody hire me? I ain't got nothing. Give me a nut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so this lady did pretty good. So she says, Rob, I'm 74 years old. I have this money in the stock market. It's okay. We have, the Apples and the Amazons and, the Nvidias and, the Googles. We have all that. She says, but I want you to leave this for generational wealth. So she says, what if I just start taking some of it out? Can't take it all out at one time because it's going to be a big tax hit. It's going to be like 20-30% tax. So if you take out 500,000, you're going to have to give 150,000 to the IRS.
Okay. What's
the better way? I said, we could ease it out. If you want generational wealth and it's 500,000, I say, you could actually, it's a better way because if you put it in the Roth, you're still going to be in the stock market. And there's a good chance the market could crash when you die to give us your beneficiaries. They might have less. They won't have any taxes, but they might have less. I said, why don't we put it into an IUL, Index Universal Life? Put it in the life insurance. She said, why would I do that? I said, because let's say if you take, $50,000 out now, pay the taxes because the taxes are low right now. Take that 50,000 and put it into a life insurance plan. Just the 50,000 you take out, it's going to give you $400,000 in life insurance.
Now that's generational wealth.
That's generational wealth. Did you hear that, James?
Amen.
Out of her $500,000, I said, why don't we just take 50,000 out of it since you want to leave the $500,000 to your loved ones, your beneficiaries. And she was just going to leave it in the stock market just to do all the turbulence. I said, you can stop the turbulence. You can take 50,000 out, put it into a cash value life insurance. The cash value life insurance says if you put $50,000 in there this year, if you die, we're going to give your beneficiaries $400,000 tax-free. So you turned your 50,000 into 400,000 guaranteed. You know why I say it's guaranteed? Because she's guaranteed to die.
Hey, Rob, that's a sure bet.
That is a sure. Is that a 99% bet or 100%?
Hey, That's a sure bet, Rob. That's a sure Rob, that is a sure bet. Sure bet. And it's a great idea. I had that same conversation last evening. Because first of all, most people don't know what they have. And if you don't know how much you have in that whatever it is, wherever you stashing that money. People stash money at home and don't know how much it is, Rob. And
Wow.
if they don't know what it can do for them, it's because they haven't done what, Robert? They haven't asked, they haven't seeked, and they definitely haven't knocked at the Henderson Financial Group. Rob, I'm saying, I mean, and it sounds so simple, but when you don't know that you don't know, and you don't ask, seek, or knock, then you just out there. Hey, hurricane come, whatever comes in life, no preparation. But at least she had sense enough to call you and ask you, what can I do? And most
How can I make
people,
this better?
how,
Yes.
ooh, come on, Rob. Come on, Rob. Rob, everybody can ask that question, right, Linda? Everybody
How
can
can I
ask.
make it better?
How can I make it better? I mean,
Absolutely.
oh my goodness.
I've
Oh,
been
if you
asking
just ask.
myself that of late.
Okay. Uh-oh, Rob. I think we finna go somewhere. Rob, you better stop. You better
And have you come up
continue.
with the answer?
No, Rob, you better continue with the lady, Robert.
So her objective, we met because she says that she don't need this money. She wants it to leave to her loved ones for generational wealth. And I said, if we just take 50,000 and move it, pay the tax on it, and move it and put it inside an indexed universal life. And the reason why I say indexed universal life, because we're pretty good at selling those. We're pretty good experts at them. We can tell her which one will be good for her. Because like I said, she has set herself up, James and Linda, where she don't need to draw from this money. But if she did, putting the $50,000 into a life insurance policy, and she instantly instantly is guaranteed to pay her loved ones $400,000. She's already, that's just off that one. Now, I said, why don't we do this for 5 years so we can get the money out? Next year, take another $50,000 out and put that in the same policy. When she does that, the life insurance, we're going to do it for like 4 years or 5 years to say. When she does that, she has all this money. Let's say she has $250,000, half the money inside of a life insurance policy. Do you know she have access to that $50,000, $250,000? She has access to that money tax-free. And on top of it, even though she'd put in $250,000, by that time it grows to like $600,000 or $700,000.
I was going to ask that because I heard the people asking that.
Yeah. Yeah, it grows to like $600,000-$700,000 the longer she
could
lives.
Borrow from it.
Yep.
Okay. And it's growing. It's tied to an index.
Yep.
Her principal is guaranteed, so it'll never go down.
Well, her principal really is her life, because when she dies,
but that 50,000 she put in will never go down to 25,000. Or is that just the insurance premium?
No, that we overfunded. Insurance premium wasn't that much. Let's say the insurance premium was probably about 10,000.
Gotcha.
So the extra 40,000 grows into like a savings account, and it grows minimum 4 or 5%, but it can grow up to 10 or 12%.
Is it locked in for 5, 10, 15 years, or can she needs to leave it in there for a certain amount of time? Not that because she don't need it, so we're not concerned with that for this client.
Right. She remember she wanted for generational wealth. But the good thing about it is, the reason why I like the way this insurance products work is because when you say she have to leave it in, we always want to leave it in but leaving it in and having use of the money is two different things.
Absolutely.
So she can put the money in there. When you put money in a cash value life insurance, especially like an IUL, Index Universal Life, the insurance company, if you need $100,000 out or whatever you need, the insurance company says, hey, listen, you don't really have to touch your personal money that you put in. We, the insurance company, know that you are covered with death insurance. So we know, that you have all this equity because you put the money in here, and you have guaranteed life insurance and die.
Okay.
So why don't you do a much a more clever way that they're doing it. And like James, remember we always saying doing things in a certain way. So let's say she needs 50,000 or 100,000. Insurance company said, don't touch your money. Keep your money in there, keep it compounding, and keep it growing.
Mhm.
The insurance company from their another general account, they'll actually lend you money and use your money as collateral.
Gotcha.
And you don't have to qualify. You don't have to have a job. You don't have
Mhm.
to have credit because you already have something. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So that's the really good and thing. When you do it like that,
Mm-hmm.
you're not withdrawing your money out of the policy. Your money is staying put. So therefore, it's not a taxable event.
Okay.
That's how you get around
Okay.
not being a taxable event because insurance
And
companies
Rob,
say, hey,
the question becomes, and now what's the interest rate on that when you take that money out? If you take
Okay,
out
so
more than, okay, go ahead.
yeah, okay. So the insurance company say you borrowed this money, so now we're gonna charge you 4%. Okay. Now the good thing about it, when they charge you 4%, they don't give you an amortization schedule that says, okay, now you got to pay X amount every month.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that. Matter of fact,
Mm,
they just say, hey, if it's let's say if it's $50,000 and they're gonna charge you 4%, that's $2,000 in interest annually. You ain't got to pay the $2,000. You can say, I ain't never paying it, the interest. When I die, y'all take it out. Or you can say, okay, every year I'm gonna give y'all $2,000 in interest, but don't mess with my money on the other side. Keep my money in. I'm using y'all money.
Rob, ooh,
And
Rob.
on top of that, if they're charging you 4%, you say, well, how much is my money making? So your money making 8%. Oh man. So you never have to bother your money. You messing with the insurance company money. That's what, a lot of wealthy people learn how to use other people's money.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about
Mhm.
doing
See,
things a
Linda,
certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, that's that world. That's that difference between the world
Uh-huh.
and Earth. that planet Earth. That's the difference. There are different
Gotcha.
ways of doing things. Instead of
Mhm.
now, just like Robert talks about this great way and this great plan that people can get through the Henderson Financial Group. Now you know that there are other scammers and schemers out there trying to do it, as Robert say, the yin and the yang. So you have to be careful. And if for you or I, hey, have Robert, we don't have to worry about it. But if we try to do it ourselves, we might have some sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where we say that you have to ask, seek, and knock, and call the Henderson Financial Group and say, hey, listen, this is what I want to do. Like that lady, she said, hey, we was doing a review, we was looking at her stuff, and she said, Rob, I don't really need this money, but I want to be able to leave it for generational wealth. And I said, if you want to leave it for generational wealth, you don't really need this money because you're on a fixed pension, your Social Security. I mean, she's a lot of people have done fairly well, James.
Mhm.
There's a segment, Linda, of people that they have worked for 20, 30, 40 years and they have set themselves up. They have lowered their expenses, their
Mhm.
cash flow,
Mhm.
and what they bring in from their pension or from their retirement accounts and their Social Security is enough to take care of them and their lifestyles. When there's a lot of people who have accomplished that, but there are also a lot of people that did not do that. And if you did not do that, then your choices are limited.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that was gigging before that term gigs, from the mechanic, the tree mechanic, to the beautician, to the lady who sold your clothes. There's a lot of people out there that just got by, and now it's time for
They're tired,
yeah.
and now they didn't
The
sit
body is weary.
right, and they didn't like Mr. Fix-It guy, the handyman. I mean, he always wanted to receive his money in cash.
Something now that because everybody know I'm gonna get married again.
Yes.
One of the things I'm looking for,
Mm-hmm. Is a Fix-It man.
no, is somebody that can put me on their insurance. That has moved up to the top of the list. Before you just getting considerate, but now if you can add me to your insurance, that's pretty big.
But
That's big, Robert.
so but you
Insurance for an entrepreneur is very expensive.
But Rob, did she say that she was gonna put him on her insurance?
No, I'm an entrepreneur. I no. I pay a lot. He got to be able to put me on his insurance, and he will move up the list. He will move up the list, Rob.
but see.
That's important. Y'all laughing.
Yeah,
As we get older, that is important.
yeah, but Linda, but see,
What?
you never make a permanent decision based on a temporary situation, because as time goes on,
It got to do with getting older and needing insurance now more than ever.
well, you telling me right now you would marry somebody because he has a good insurance package.
He would it would help his chances.
Now let me tell you why I say you would make a permanent decision based on a temporary occurrence.
Yeah. Tell
Okay,
me.
so permanent means you married him. You go to the courthouse or have a big
I
wedding or
got
whatever,
good insurance.
and you got good insurance.
Right.
Okay, so that's a permanent, a love died till you part, right? That death do us part, right?
Right.
Okay, now by the time you get 65, because you're not getting any younger, by the time you get 65, you're gonna automatically get Medicare.
Oh.
Now you're gonna have all the insurance on your own, and you still gonna be married to that sucker, and you still gonna be married to that sucker. So now, aren't you glad you got a smart brother-in-law? Hey, she asked, and she knocked, and she asked. Y'all see that? See, because you can be married to him by the time you're 65. You get your red, white, and blue card or your Medicare Advantage plan.
The red, white, and blue card.
Like I just got mine. And I already picked out my, me and Antonio went over my plan. I picked out mine, and I got benefits.
Oh.
So when you want to,
I wasn't thinking about that because I'm thinking about the here and now. And
you like I said,
I'm tired of paying insurance as an entrepreneur. So I'm thinking right now he'll move up the list if he could put me on his insurance. But maybe that's a good point.
Yeah, because you got some mango seasons to come, and they're gonna send you your card.
Kill it.
They're gonna be sending you your card. You're gonna be like, you don't need nobody. What are you gonna do with him?
Okay, good point. Let me rethink that. Okay.
So that's why I say you never make a permanent decision based on temporary occurrences.
That's a very, very good point. I was reading yesterday that Gen Z, because the Supreme Court struck down Biden's plan to eliminate student loans, right? They've got to start paying it, like I think this month, next month. And according to The Economist, this summer was the summer of spending, eating out, $20 drinks, happy hour. Now that the student loans have kicked in, it's going to be quite different. Do any of your kids have student loans?
No, I don't think so. Jasmine got a small student loan, but we could just pay it off.
I got you. Well, supposedly
she could pay it off.
It's about to be a real tight economy, so that the summer of spending freely, for a lot of that age group is pretty much over because those student loans kick in. Yeah,
the trade-off. Now
they were really counting on it being wiped out, and Biden tried, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but a lot of people are blaming Biden and saying Biden lied, and they don't understand.
They don't understand.
He don't have the power to just do it himself.
They don't understand.
He's been threatened, but he has the Congress.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's always trade-offs in life. If you just eat too much sugary candy, you're probably going to wind up getting cavities. You just got to have a balance, and you have to understand that. Getting back to the benefits in terms of generational wealth. Like I said, there are categories. There are people out there who, when they were grown, when they started, getting 21 years old, there's a whole segment of people, James, that just wanted to take care of themselves. And even though they had children, they said let them children fend for themselves. It's kind of like in the wild. How
a lot of people say, I'm gonna spend all my money. I'm gonna spend it down. I'm not leaving a thing. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah,
that happens a lot.
When you're looking at the animalistic world, where you have a lion or a tiger or whatever, once they have their cubs, they'll nurse them, temporarily, but then they go on their own and they just leave home, and they grow, they don't stay together, stay in the same community, a bunch of lions, it's mama, daddy, sister, brother, you know what I mean? They have them, and once they have them, they'll nurse them, and once they get older, they spread their wings and go spread. That's pretty much how, that's an animal individualistic type of way of doing it. There's a
Mhm.
lot of humans that act like that. They'll have kids
Mhm.
and they'll say, "Hey, you guys are on your own."
Mhm.
There's no generational wealth. And then the person who did that, a lot of times they get into the gig economy. Where they'll go and they'll be a
Mhm.
Rolling Stone, they'll work here,
Mhm.
work there,
Mhm.
and oftentimes there's a whole economy, a whole segment of people who they didn't want to be involved in the system, meaning that they didn't want to have Social
A
Security.
9 to 5.
They didn't want to have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Now the trade-off, now temporarily,
mhm.
that looks good because you don't have to pay taxes and you're not in the tax system. You don't have to worry about Social Security. It looks good while you're young.
Mhm.
You can make your money, pay
Mhm.
cash, do what you
Mhm.
want to do.
So they won't get the red, white, and blue card?
No, they won't get the red, white, and blue card.
Oh my goodness.
So when you get older and you're tired and now you want Social Security
Mhm.
or you want Medicare, you're not eligible for Social Security. You're not eligible for Medicare. You're on this planet in this world and you don't have any benefits. In other words,
Whew.
you didn't put away because you felt that you was going to keep all yours. You didn't share.
Yeah.
And that's how, in America, that's why when you get a 9 to 5 job, or
Mhm.
even if you're an entrepreneur, you should be filing your taxes, and part of that money, 7.5%, 15%, part of your money is going to a system that when you get 62 years old, it will pay you back. Now, some people say, "Hey, I might not live to 62," but you might be married and your wife, she'll get it. You understand? Or your husband will get it. But it's always a trade-off. And I think that a lot of people don't understand the way the world works, the way economics work.
I think most people try to avoid paying taxes.
Well,
We don't. We
that's
we
different.
hate that.
No, that's different. Avoid paying taxes
Mhm.
and using the tax code.
All right.
That's
It's
different.
two different things, Linda. I told you that word.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you see that check and we all at one point had that look of what is FICA. I don't know, no SSI and all that stuff. And we actually avoid it, but
No, some people avoid paying taxes, Linda, by not working.
right,
That's
right,
that's what
right,
that's what
right.
See,
And they don't work because they like you said, they trying not to pay Uncle Sam.
but the
But
fact
then again,
is, the
mhm.
fact is, Linda, hey, wait, Rob, you got a question here where can you go over the difference between the fixed index annuity versus the index universal life? But before you answer that question by Miss Gruber, well, I guess yeah,
Islam, you're
I
right.
guess yeah, okay. But I want to say this, Linda and Rob, what we find ourselves doing is we the going back to the differences between
Mhm.
a job and work. See, Robert hasn't had a job in what, 37 years, Rob?
Correct.
Yeah. But guess what? He works harder at his gift than most people work on their job. And the return is so great. All
Hmm.
right. Same here. I tell people I haven't had a job since 1969. I don't know what that comes out to be, but it doesn't matter. And I'll never have another job. But I'm operating, in a purpose and a giftedness. So with that, four things happen: be fruitful, multiply,
Mhm.
replenish,
Mhm.
and subdue, taking dominion. If you are fruitful
Mhm.
with what you're gifted in, and
Mhm.
everybody's got when I speak to young people, I tell them, the first thing you want to do is find out that seed that's in you. What is that gift that you came here with? We all came with a gift,
Hmm.
Linda. Hey, we all have a gift. So if you will use that gift and produce a fruit, you know, and multiply it,
We all have
hey,
that seed. Can some of us have a bad seed?
yeah, right.
And the
But,
gift
no. We don't have a bad. We didn't come here with a bad seed.
we didn't come here. Okay.
We got a bad seed after we got here.
Because some people just not
That
gonna do
world.
right.
But Linda, is a influence.
Yeah.
That's a negative influence. You come here with a good seed. You've got a good you've got a gift, and if you would also recognize again that there's a difference between what the world wants you to do,
Mhm.
and what the Creator purposed you to do, and if
Mhm.
you will do that, I mean, I I tell people all the time, Robert will call me at 8:18. And I guess what I say? Oh, you just leaving the office, right? And he said, yeah, I'm on my way home. Yeah, come
That's
on.
PM.
Yeah, that's PM. That ain't he don't get to work at 8 o'clock. No, yeah. And look at what he is doing with the gift that he's been given, and what that gift does in his giving is it replenishes itself. Oh, that fruit tree, that mango tree that's in somebody else's yard, and
Mhm.
you see those beautiful mangoes on that tree.
Mhm.
That guess what that fence does? That fence gets jumped.
I know. I've jumped plenty of them. Anna
Right?
Dupree said getting paid under the table. I used to think that
Under
was
what table?
smart. Like I used to always say, how can I get paid under the table? You know, I don't know if the young people know what that means, under the table. But you really are doing yourself a disservice. Now, if you getting paid under the table, but you buying a couple of duplexes, you know, you making self-insure yourself or self-social security account. But even then, the Uncle Sam gonna get involved.
Yeah, because
'Cause you
if you under the table and you only
Mhm.
deal in cash,
Mhm.
you know, no one reaches their highest highs by themselves. You know, you need a ladder to get higher. You
Mhm.
know, you just need a ladder, metaphorically speaking,
Mhm.
and you need help. And if you can't, if you getting cash and you're not reporting it, and now you go to a bank and you say, listen, bank, I have money. I'm gonna
Mm.
put some money down. Now I want you all to give me some money so we can be a partnership, and I want to buy this piece of property.
Mhm.
So the bank says, well, we know we have our money and we know where our money comes from. You say you have money. Where your money come from? And you say under
Under
the
the
table.
Under
table.
the table.
And they say, well, we can't deal with you.
I over my years of owning property, especially in the beginning, everybody wanted to get paid cash. Rashad wanted cash.
Lamar
Lamar wanted cash. Miss Harris, I can't take no check with her because they were under the table.
right.
Then you got Cash App that came out and Zelle, because I need to write you off. I need to write off that electrical repair that you did. But no,
Oh,
cash under the table. Now you cannot do any. I will not ever pay cash. Most of them did not have a checking account because I under the table. So now that I Cash App you, and I'm going to write off because now I got a record of it.
Right.
The under the table economy is pretty much blown up.
Well, it will suffer.
Yeah,
It's when you deal with under the table, it's temporary. In other words, there you go again. Who's dealing with that? They're trying to accomplish something long term, but they're using a temporary a mechanism to make that happen. But it's going to fade and pass away because you know the rooster going to come home to roost. You know,
oh,
it's
no
it's it's,
question.
it's
Hey, Rob, I want to value my company. I want to show it's and so that I can turn around at the end of the year and depreciate. You know, the things as Linda said, hey, I don't want to pay you under the table and I can't take that off my taxes.
exactly
Well, I can't report that, but I paid you, and
right.
if I improved the property that you repaired, hey, I want the value of that to go up so I can get more return. If I want to say I want to get monies based on the value of this property, hey, come on, man. So that under the that went out. That went out.
Yeah,
That
yeah. And I used
so
to do it, and now then you know, as I'm giving my accountant all the repairs, well, I don't see the cash
no,
checks. So, well, I mean, how did you pay them? Well, cash? No, no, no. So now I can't 1099 you because I paid you under the table. No more, no more.
okay, well, Miss Vickers said that you
Uh-huh.
know she got I am a recipient of loan forgiveness thanks to Biden. So some people got it, you know.
Good deal.
Hey man, let the church say amen, Miss
Ain't
Vickers.
nothing like having a student loan paid off.
Okay,
Boy.
so Islam. She says,
Okay.
hey Rob, can you go over the difference between a fixed index annuity versus the index universal life? Yes, I can. Okay. All right. So let me break it down to you like 6-year-old so all of y'all can get this. All right. All right. So how you doing, Helene? All right. She said, you're ready to teach. Okay, I'm going to teach. Okay. So now when I'm teaching and I'm talking to you guys, I want you to use your imagination and because I'm going to paint a picture because a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm not just going to use the terminology, and some of these people that work at the companies, they just read a script and they don't even know, they can't understand it. But I need you to understand what I'm about to say. So I'm going to paint a picture and you have to use your imagination. Okay. So to set this up you're welcome. To set this up, first, let's talk about the annuity. What is an annuity? And then we'll talk about the index part. And then we'll go and say, because you say, what is an index annuity? We'll talk about what is annuity and the index versus what is a index universal life. Okay. So one is like basketball. A basket. So there's basketball season, although right now the World Series just ended. In October, there's always baseball going on, World Series playoffs in October every year. It's football season going off, and it's basketball season. It's three things going. But normally they all have their different seasons. So let's say an annuity, I would say, is like basketball.
Okay.
The insurance would be football. So it's two different. So now we know we're talking two different things. Now, an annuity, I want you to get in mind, any annuity. I don't know why they came with that name annuity, but that's what they call it, annuity. I had to get on the bandwagon. So annuity is an instrument, a financial instrument that is promoted and given by an insurance company. It's insurance. And I want you to think of it like a CD. You know how when you go to a bank and certificate deposit, people that say, I don't want to take any risk. I'm going to give you this $10,000 CD. I know it's there. They're going to pay me some interest. In 5 years, I come back, I get my money, and I don't have to worry about the stock market. But the problem with a CD is the interest that you receive annually is taxable. I.e., insurance company says, hey, we're going to compete. We want to get some of that money the bankers are getting. Why don't we come up with something? Because we're trying to get people money too. Everybody trying to get your money.
Right.
Everybody trying to get your money. You know what I mean?
Right.
The banker trying to get your money. Insurance people trying to get your money. Wall Street stocks trying to get your money. The merchants, red bottom shoes, Coach trying to get your money. Everybody. The restaurants trying to get your money.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to get your money. If you don't know that, you in trouble trying to get your money. They will lie, cheat, and do whatever they can do to make things look good to get your money. Okay, so this annuity is from the insurance company. They said, listen, we're going to compete against these banks. Here, you can put in $10,000 and you cannot lose a dime. It's guaranteed, just like the CD at the bank.
Okay.
However, when you get the dividends, the dividends, the return on it, if it's going to give you 4%, or 5%, or 6% annually, you don't have to pay taxes. Okay, until you take the money out.
Right.
With a CD, whether you put it a 5-year, 1 year, whatever, you got to pay them taxes when they come due. Even if you didn't take the principal out, you still got to pay the taxes.
Even if the money's still in the account.
Even if it's still in the bank.
Gotcha.
You still got to pay taxes. Okay. With an annuity, you don't pay taxes until you withdraw the money out. So it keeps growing.
Okay.
All right. Now, so annuity also, I want to give you another example. Because in Matthew, Jesus kept on saying, what is heaven? He gave these different examples just in case that didn't get you. An annuity, let's spin it again. This is what an annuity is. An annuity is like a pension, like you worked for a long time, 30 years on a job. And now you saying, hey, I'm done. Can y'all pay me for the rest of my life? And they say, yes, you put in 30 years. They used to give you a gold rights, but now it's very little companies that pay pensions. But people like pension back in the day because you could work 25, 30 years, work for the man or woman or whatever, okay? And you say no more, and then they're going to pay you every month for the rest of your life. And people, for the rest of your life, people like that. So an annuity like that. So all pensions really are what? Annuities.
Gotcha.
Something that pays you every month or every quarter or once a year, however you set it up, for the rest of your life.
Gotcha.
Okay, now, I want one more. I hear another. I'm gonna do like Jesus. I gotta spin another parable. An annuity is like how here's a person that every time they worked and they got paid, Uncle Sam for Social Security, FICA, they took some money out.
Right.
You had to pay it.
Right.
That's the between your gross amount that you make and what you receive. They take out federal taxes, some city taxes, and then they take out FICA. And FICA, part of that is paying for insurance, health insurance. So when you become 65, and some of it is when you become 62, they're going to give it back to you.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, but it still reminds me of an annuity. Why? Because even though you get paid when you started working, I started working at 13 years old. Okay. How old was you when you first started working?
I think 13, teen.
Right. Come on. You had a mom and daddy. you ain't started. You was 18 or something. I just had a mama.
You just had a mama.
I had to work now 30. Okay, anyway. So Social Security. Why do I look at annuities, Social Security? Because annuities, because you put money in it, you know, for 20, 30 years. And now you're 62 years old or 65, whatever, you start taking money out. And they look and say, well, we want to see how long you work and how much you put in the bank, this kitty, this Social Security. Okay, so now you're 62, you can take out for the rest of your life, we're going to pay you. That's an annuity. Anything that's not volatile and it's going to pay you every month, they name them different words and terminology, but still they're an annuity. They pay. Matter of fact, if you win the lottery, they're going to pay you annuity. If you say, I just won $20 million, you can take it right now. Or what you can do is you can say, I want to get it over 10 years or 20 years. That's an annuity. You're getting payments. Now, the index part. Normally annuities pay you, let's say 5%, 4%, 5% annually. And you can withdraw maybe 6% of the principal. So it's on a consistent. And let's just say it's growing at 4%. If it's growing at 5% before you take it out. In other words, you put the money in there, put $100,000 in there. Now it's just growing every year, you know, at 5%. It's growing 5%. It's compounding. An index annuity, that's a fixed annuity because you're getting a fixed payment. You know you're getting 5% a year on that. You know you're getting it. But if you want to get an index, this is what an index is. Index says you can get the 5% guaranteed. But also, if the stock market goes up to 10% or 11%, guess what? You can get that too. Now it's index. Whatever the S&P does, the NASDAQ does, you can get that too.
Okay.
But if the stock market drop, you don't get none of that. You can still just get your 4 or 5%.
Gotcha.
So you can get some overtime.
So it's
like
tied
that.
to an index.
Tied to an index.
Okay.
But your money not in that index is no harm because remember, you cannot lose a penny. It's just like a spectator. Your money is a spectator. So an index annuity is like a spectator. If the market goes up, you get that. If the market goes down, you don't get none of that.
Gotcha.
That's some good stuff.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? If the market go up, you go up. If the market go down, you stay. If the market go up, you go up. If the market go down, you stay. That's an index. That's an index annuity. Still, your principal is protected, but you know you're gonna get more than just 4%. 4% is just a fixed annuity. But if you want a fixed index annuity, you're getting that plus some overtime. That's some good your money working overtime, right? That's an index annuity. The most important thing is, can I lose any of my principal? No, you can't, because everything you gain becomes part of your principal.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
The game being a part of the principal. Now
that's right. Good. They add it, and now that thing is snowballing. It can never go down. It could be boring. It ain't like the stock market though, but it is an fixed index annuity. Who qualifies for an FI? She says, who qualifies for a fixed index annuity? Well, a fixed index annuity, pretty much the same mindset. You feel you want to put money in there for the next 5 years or 10 years. Who qualifies? You usually want to give it to people that's at least, I wouldn't give a 21-year-old because they should be in growth. So when you're around, in your 40s, start,
put some percentage,
putting some money into your 40s. Reason why, because if you're gonna retire when you're 60, then that's 20 years of growth. Or if you want to retire when you're 50 years old, then you can start putting them in there when you 30. But it's usually for long term, because you're saying that you want to you're 35 years old. You're gonna work for another 20 years. So now you want that money to grow and not lose, but you want to grow and have an index, because it has a chance to not only make the 4 or 5% guarantee, but it also can get, the market goes up, it can get 10, 12%. and that becomes part of the principle. Growing without any possibility of losing, and you got 20 years, a good 20 years or 15 years to let it marinate. But there's some people that say, listen, I don't want, you can add $10,000 a year or $5,000 or $1,000 a year. There's some annuities like that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people that when they retire now, they're 60 years old and they retire and they have $500,000 or $1 million. You can just put it all in an annuity right then, and then an index annuity, and you can start getting money next month, just like a pension or Social Security. You can make your own pension, your own Social Security, because now you got a lump sum.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're going to grow it in there over time, or you just won some money, you know, and then you want to put it in there, but because you don't want to lose it, and you want to start getting monthly payments that's coming to you every month. So you can, it's either you're going to bake the cake or you're going to buy the cake. Baking it is like, you know, you got to cook it and it's going to get, you know, you're growing it. Or I ain't got time to bake it. What a cake. Bam, eat it. So you could either put money in an annuity and let it grow. Or if you got money right now, just put it right now and just start getting monthly payments. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Same. Okay. So that's the annuity part. Now she says, the other part, she says, well, what is the index universal life? Okay. So remember now, annuity is, let's say, basketball. So you know the rules on that. Life insurance is when it's a life insurance policy. And rather than just you buying life insurance for death, you buying life insurance that gives you living benefits. Some people buy life insurance because they feel when they get ready to go to another galaxy, the spirit getting ready to leave this world, whatever your belief is, then you want to leave something behind. You can get a life insurance policy. A life insurance policy, you can pay whatever insurance company says, just how much it costs in order for you to get, you know, $500,000 worth of life insurance. You have to pay this based on your age. The older you get, the more the insurance company is going to charge you. Why? Because you're almost dead. All right. You're closer to death, though. If you're 90 years old and you want to get an insurance policy, you know, of 100,000, and the insurance company say, well, you could drop dead any day. You know, if we just charge you, you know, $100 a month, you drop dead next week or we got to pay 100,000. So they're going to calculate the risk takers. The older you are, the more you got to pay up front, because they know you're going to die, like James says, and they're going to have to pay you. So they'd rather you be younger and pay them, you know, for 20 and 30 years than you be 90 years old and pay them for 5 years and get this money. They calculate it. Okay. So the life insurance is life insurance, but the IUL is like all of us have at the office, we have IULs. Why? Because index universal life, let's say a $500,000 policy cost me $10,000. Well, I'm going to put in $50,000. Why? I don't have to. That extra $40,000, I'm going to put it in a savings component that's included inside of that life insurance plan. The $10,000 is going to pay for a $500,000 tax-free life insurance policy, you know, when I get ready to die. But why would I put 50? Because I want 40,000 going the savings part component of that plan. And the savings part minimum, that 40,000 is going to get minimum 5% guaranteed compound interest. And I have tax-free, and I have access to the money. Okay. Tax-free. Yeah. The reason why it's tax-free is the way you do it, the way you take it out. If you just withdraw it out, you got to pay taxes. But if you say, no, my money in there, insurance company, give me your money, then it's tax-free. So now the insurance cost me $10,000, let's just say, but I'm gonna put $50,000 because I want to put $40,000 to be growing instead of putting it into the bank, earning nothing and paying taxes on it. So I'm going to, plus they ain't gonna give me no life insurance. So I'm gonna take and put $10,000 for the premium, but I'm gonna put $40,000 on top of it. So I'm gonna pay $50,000 a year. So $40,000 is my savings. I have access to it now. And every year I put it in there, I have access to it. But the $500,000 not only gives me benefits if I die. If I don't die, what if I have a stroke or a heart attack, or if I need long-term care, or I go in a coma, or I get cancer? The insurance company will give me that $500,000 while I'm alive. Can you believe it? And I ain't even paid $500,000 because it's insurance. That's good stuff. So that's totally different from
because they know they're gonna get it.
Yeah, because they know inevitable is going to happen. We all gonna die, whether you want to realize it or not. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Islam, did I explain that? Let me know. Give me a 1 or give me a 2. 1 if I explained it, you got it. You had this a light bulb effect. 2 about it. If you didn't explain, you still don't understand it.
Still
Then
got questions.
still got questions, then you can give me a 2. Then I'll talk to you later
Then,
about it.
no,
all right?
then you can give her a number to call.
Yes, she knows my number. 305-825-1444. There are different. Anna says she got it. Okay, all right. Carol says she got it. All right. One's baseball, one's football. Okay, yeah. It's different styles. Just like I was talking to an attorney from an insurance company. That was Thursday. I went to West Palm Beach. James, from Miami to West Palm Beach is a long ways.
Yeah.
You telling me? I had to
no.
go to Northwest 3rd Avenue last night, and it took me an hour and 35 minutes.
Yeah, especially with that traffic,
Ooh,
man. And I got in the speed lane, and people, get in the what they call it, the speed lane or what?
Express lane.
Express lane. Man, how about that? Some people get in the express lane and they drive the same mileage out
okay, don't stop with the
as the
driving.
people that's not in the express lane. You might well be over there with them. Anyway, okay. So Miss Redhead, you got it. Islam. Oh, Islam, you got more questions. We got time. We got 1 minute.
You were saying that you went to Palm Beach, Rob. You were going to talk about.
Oh yeah,
something
yeah.
you did.
Because I was talking with an attorney
Okay.
who's a tax attorney. He flew into town. He had to go to Jupiter, but we had a good conversation. We're talking about a trust because we're setting up some trust for some clients. Now, when people hear the word trust, a lot of people say, "I want to trust. I want to trust. I want to trust." Let me give you a metaphor picture. There are so many different type of trusts. There are life insurance trusts. There are probate avoidance trusts. There's children's trusts. There are business trusts. A trust is like your closet, Linda. Linda, you have on this pretty dress today. And what if we call this pretty dress a trust?
Mm-hmm.
And we're in South Florida when it's not cold, so you can wear something light. But you could, if you're going to Atlanta where it's 35 degrees, you couldn't use this truss. You have to get another truss that's much more warm and colder, to keep you from the cold.
Right.
So truss, it depends on what you want to do. You have a truss that deals with avoiding probate. That's a revocable living trust. That's all it does. So you don't have to go through probate. Okay. You get a revocable living trust. That's all. It has nothing to do with your taxes. It doesn't shield taxes. It doesn't shield lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
No. It only deals with avoiding probate when you die because you're a single person. That's a revocable living trust. Okay. And then you have different type of trusts for different things. As I'm talking, I'm thinking about a carpenter that has toolboxes. You have the pliers, you have the screwdriver, you have the flathead, you have the Phillips, you have the the saw, the drill. These are all trusts. They just call them different screwdriver trusts or a flathead trust. It's just not one trust. You have a life insurance trust. Okay, so it's different. All right, so that's the thing with trust. All right. Okay, I got the second one. Islam asked me about Roth, and Helene asked me about Roth. So let me go over Roth right quick. A Roth, R-O-T-H. It was a senator that started in Congress some years ago, and he said, "Listen, we have all these 401ks, 457 plans, SEP plans, IRAs, and all of that stuff is like kicking the can down the road, tax deferred, tax postponement. Because if you don't pay the tax now in a 401k, later on when you have a lot of money in there, you need it, then you got to pay tax." He said, "That's just not right." So Mr. Roth said, "Why don't we come up with something that you can invest and put money inside of a vehicle called, and you don't pay the tax. You pay the taxes now, but as it grows, when you get ready to take the money out 5 years later or age 59 and a half and up, you don't pay no taxes." And that's called a Roth because it was named after one of the senators. His name was Roth. So a Roth says, when you want to invest in a Roth, you take money and you can put in $6,500, or if you're over 50, $7,500, and you put $7,500 into the Roth plan. Now the Roth is just a component. It just says the Roth. So it lets everybody knows, the government knows that when you money that goes in here, if you buy Apple computer or if you buy Microsoft or whatever, if you buy it today and you put in $7,500, and let's say 20 years from now, the 7,500 is worth $50,000. When you get ready to take the $50,000 out, there's no taxes. That's a Roth. That means that you pay, because when the money you put in, it's already been paid tax. You already paid tax on it. So now when you take it out, you don't pay any taxes, but you got to leave it in there for 5 years, and you got to be at least 59 and a half. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Pacifically, can you roll over Roth tax free into your fixed index annuity? Yes, you can roll over your Roth tax free into a Roth fixed index annuity. Yes, you can, and everything is everything is tax free. All right, but you don't get a tax deduction. Well, y'all had some good questions today, right? Who's that? Don B. Patterson. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Blackwell.
Rob, we want to give a shout out because today, do you have an appointment today at about 2:00 with our friend Mr. Dozier? Have you been notified about an event?
Yes, you know what? As a matter of fact,
I thought it was 4
o'clock. I thought it was 4 o'clock. You sure, James? Because you sure?
Okay, I hope it's 4. Well, either time. I've
either time. That's a big. Hey, Miss Anna Dupree, can you please clear this? Oh, Mr. She was quick on that. 4 o'clock, James.
Okay,
all
right,
good.
Whoa, thank you, Anna.
We had a show up there early. Thank you, Anna. Good thing we got Anna right here on the spot. Anna say what? Anna say what? 2, 4.
Hey, Rob.
Islam.
Go ahead.
So Islam, I hope you got it. Thank you so much. All right, good. Go ahead, James.
No, I was gonna say, is it a graduation situation? Because boy, I'm excited about what
it's gonna change a lot of people's lives.
What Brother Bill is doing.
It's gonna change a lot of people's lives. Bill Dozier is doing great things. You know what I mean?
Urban Construction Crafts Academy.
Absolutely. Now y'all don't graduate and get paid under the table now. You got skill sets now.
Yeah, it's a program they have. Miss Anna Dupree is a part of it also, and her Mr. Dozier. They have a wonderful program. We talked about it earlier this year. I mean, my daughter is a part of it, and also Antonio, and it really gives them some a great understanding on the building process. We think that a lot of people of color, I think we're natural builders from the pyramid. We feel that we should get more involved in exploring other avenues of building and growing. And today at 4 o'clock, it's their final project presentation. So they all have projects they got to present. Linda and I will be there. James, you going to be there?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna make that trip again. Hey, Rob, people think I live in Dade or Broward County.
You want me to just find you a condo down here?
No, ma'am. Wait, hey, yeah, you can find me one that we can buy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, and make sure it's over off 2nd Avenue.
Yes.
Northwest 2nd Avenue somewhere.
Oh boy, that's the happening now.
So we really like what Urban Craft Academy is doing, because it's enlightening people, and it's for people that
getting more women in the development construction process too.
Well,
which I really
women
like.
And men. Women and
but
men.
It's traditionally a male profession, but we're getting more women into this profession, which is amazing.
That's always amazing. Anytime we get more women
of color into this profession, it's amazing for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I wish, let me tell you something, at 65, I wish that I would have known or been, I guess it wasn't, matter of fact, I don't have to guess, it wasn't my time. That's why my job is to speak about it, something that's so wonderful. But when I was in my 20s, 30s, 40s, even my 50s, I would have actually took this class and learned about building, because in the Black community all throughout the nation, a lot of times there's some blightedness, and we just pass over them. If we knew and dealt in our giftedness, a lot of us are builders and we don't know it. Just like a lot of us die and we're violinists, violin players, and we didn't even know it. A lot of us, we die with our gifts because we never explore them. We think that somebody's going to come and say, here's your gift. it's all about asking, seeking, and knocking, trying something. I mean, some of us are good bowlers and we never picked up a bowling ball. You know what I mean? I mean, and we could be a bowling pro. It's just that's so when we talk about earlier, talk about your gift, it kind of frightens people because people don't really know how to do it. But it goes back what the saying is that growth and development. Try everything. Try, try everything. Stop saying you don't know what to do or you don't know how to do. None of us knew how to do nothing. We didn't know how to walk.
Just try.
When we was born, we just got up and fell down and got up and fell down too. We got this thing. Now we walking and then we start running. You know what I mean? So when you start trying your gift, you find your gift, and all of us should be in search of your gift. I didn't know my gift was going to be in the financial planning realm. I had no idea. I went to school for architecture, and all I know, I didn't want to be a laborer. I didn't want to.
Sun was too hot.
The sun was too hot. I didn't want to do it. But if I would have saw somebody that I personally knew that was wealthy, building, oh my God, I'd been building skyscrapers by now.
Gotcha.
And that'd have been my gift. So your gift is what you go toward, and you get real good at it. You get so good at it until you start liking it. And then hopefully you get so good at you liking it, you can make some decent money. That's even better.
All right.
That's what Brother Miles say. Who passes by everybody else to come to you? Woo, that's when you got something going.
Yeah.
When they'll pass by, when they go past other people doing what you're doing and come to you. You're on the move. You're on the move.
All right, so we're 9 minutes over. Well, I guess we're not over. It's in divine order, right? Right?
Yeah, it's in divine order. Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Dupree, we'll see you at 4:00 and for that presentation. And hey, listen, you all be safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We're fortunate being down here in South Florida. We're not getting that Arctic blast that so much of the rest of the country is getting. So we're here for a reason. So let's just make something out of our lives. Enjoy your weekend and be safe. James, you got to take us out with a prayer because we always need prayer. We can never get enough of prayer.
Father God, we thank you for Robert and Linda, and we thank you for the opportunity that they are given to share their wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so that others will be blessed. We ask that you will continue to do that and continue to give us that inspiration that's needed so that we can reach out. But I also know, dear God, that there are people going through some difficult times. As a matter of fact, many have lost loved ones, and many of our friends are passing away, people who've served in our community. So we pray for their families and, of course, their loved ones and their friends so that they can find some peace. For truly, we do believe that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So I pray that they will find comfort even in these difficult times, and that we will all reach out to one another, each one teach one, so that we can grow and build this world, this kingdom world that you have given to us, so that it'll be a better place here on this earth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Linda, tell them people how they can get in contact with us.
Area code 305-825-1444.
And our website?
www.thehendersonfinancialgroup.com.
Yes, that's how you can reach us for more information. Have a wonderful,
good day.
Bye-bye. Peace.